Well, I want to thank you for your time, Chairman, and the ranking member who's here also, and other members of the subcommittee. I want to thank you, first of all, for your steadfast commitment to our nation's most pressing national security matters. In that vein, I want to highlight the growing stresses on the demands of the United States Navy tactical aviation. As you know, the ongoing wartime operations against the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant has greatly increased the operational tempo of our tactical aircraft. The carrier-based aircraft, the FY2017 Hornets and Super Hornets, have been the backbone of our force projections and engagement. Last year, the Chief of Naval Operations testified that his Navy faced a shortage of operational aircraft. This is commonly referred to as a tactical aviation shortfall. Congress and your committee, Mr. Chairman, led the way in addressing part of this challenge with added aircraft in fiscal year 2016. However, the President has not budgeted to take on the challenge more robustly in this year's budget. Only 2 Super Hornet aircraft were added in the OCO in response to training and operational losses. The fiscal year 2018 budget shows a demand for 14 more aircraft, but there still is potential gap this year. These actions taken to address the tactical aviation shortfall are not enough. This is why the Chief of Naval Operations has provided Congress with an unfunded request for 14 additional Super Hornets above the President's budget. There remains a shortfall of at least 36 Super Hornet aircraft. And given the critical capability that the Super Hornet provides for ongoing wartime operations, any shortfall is dangerous to the Navy's ability to project force throughout the world. This unfunded request helps mitigate that shortfall, anticipating that the Navy will follow through on its promise to add aircraft in next year's budget deliberations. Of added importance, the addition of these Super Hornets keeps a key production line open for capable strike fighter aircraft in St. Louis, which supports some 5,000 local jobs. In years past, your committee have been incredibly responsive to the warfighters' most pressing needs, and the budget and its unfunded request demonstrate how important tactical aviation is to the Navy's mission. The Super Hornet is providing that critical capability today at the most affordable cost. So I ask that you urgently consider the Navy's unfunded request and add the 14 Super Hornets to the President's budget to address the tactical aviation shortfall and the warfighters' needs. And as always, I look forward, Mr. Chairman, to working with you and the ranking member and others on your committee. I have testified before Chairman Thornberry's committee also, and I want to thank you for your consideration of the request. I will have a letter here that I will be sending to you regarding the Navy's request for the 14 additional Super Hornets.
If there's no objection, we'll put it in the record today.
Absolutely. It's to be signed by members of the delegation in both Missouri and Illinois, on a bipartisan basis. So.
Well, this is the bipartisan committee,
Absolutely.
So we'll do our best to look at it and consider it. Navy tactical aircraft, pretty important. You should know those. Many of those who preceded you put in a good plug for the Super Hornets, and your added emphasis is that indeed welcome.
Well, and as an Army mom who has a son who's fighting as a captain and has served in the Middle East, I can't tell you what these kinds of aircraft can do in terms of the capabilities on the front end as the soldiers move forward. So
we thank you for your family's service.
Yes,
that's remarkable.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.